I'm going to call this May 14th, 2018, City of Coolidge City Council regular meeting to order. Do we have anyone here for the invocation?
Mayor, we do not.
Okay, then we'll move into the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Norma, call the roll, please.
Yes, Mayor. Councilmember Jimmy Walker.
Here.
Councilmember Steve Hudson.
Here.
Councilmember Robert Huddleston.
Here.
Mayor John Thompson.
Here.
Vice Mayor Jackie Henry.
Here.
Councilmember Joseph Marsh.
Here.
And Councilmember Tatiana Murrieta.
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum, Mayor.
Thank you. Move into presentations. Item number 4, introduction of the newly hired employees for the City of Coolidge. Who's going to do that?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. It is the city's goal to hire valuable employees to fill vacant or much-needed positions within the City of Coolidge. For the period beginning January 1st, 2018 through May 2018, the following employees were hired within various departments and are being introduced as new hires for the city. And those being called, please come up. We have Chelsea Garcia, Court Clerk. We have William Bogart, the new Code Enforcement Officer with Development Services. For the Fire Department, we have Bailey Murrieta. Garrett Schumacher. Brandon Yeoman. And Trey McHugh, who's not present. With the Library Department, we have Victoria Knight as a library page. And with the Police Department, back on again, we have Mario Palacios. And then within our Transit Department, we have Michelle Wilder, who couldn't make it as she's driving tonight, and Rosa Valdez Garcia. And then with the Parks and Recreation, we have Cassandra Palacios as the Recreation Coordinator. And we just wanted to give you guys all a big round of applause and thank you, and we appreciate your work.
Thank you, everybody. Welcome aboard, and for Mario, welcome back. So, I hope you enjoy your employment with the city.
So his cousin to Tatiana? Yeah. So it's not like her cousin.
Okay, thank you. Moving to item number 5, monthly report and business spotlight recognitions by the Coolidge Chamber of Commerce. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor Thompson, Vice Mayor Jackie Henry, and Council. It gives me great pleasure to have Dragon City as our spotlight for May. The couldn't be here tonight. They've been pretty busy, but they opened in February of 2017 after a year-long process of getting it ready, and they have been a great asset to our community. New reinvestments for March: Fitzgibbon's Law Offices, Shaw's Interiors, Little Dipper Enrichment Center, Shope's IGA, Arizona Water Company, Coolidge Cotton Patchers, Tax Cafe, Mike and Jack Henry, and Walgreens. Our website hits was 232,294 for March. Our walk-ins were 1,173. Our phone calls were 576. We had one relocation packet from Laveen, Arizona. Top states that visited us was Wisconsin and California. Top foreign country was Canada. The March visitation for the Casa Grande ruins was 13,685. Year to date is 34,672. We have our luncheon Wednesday, which we'll have Sherry Wallace from the schools to kind of give us an update of what's going on between the new plan and how they plan to move forward. And that's on the 16th. On the 17th, CYC has a meeting. On the 18th, AARP Fraud Talk will be, I think it's at the library. And also they'll have on May 30th, Vote Smart. So for more information, visit our website, coolidgechamber.org. Any questions?
Is that it? Any questions? Okay, no, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item is call to the public. This is the item where you can get up and address the council. You have 3 minutes to do that. Please, if you stand up to address the council, state your name and your address and keep it to 3 minutes. Okay. If there's anybody ready to go, let's see it. Step forward.
Mayor, I did have 3 individuals
Okay.
to address the council.
All right.
The first one is Oscar Rodriguez,
Okay.
under call to the public.
Okay. Good evening, Mr. Rodriguez.
My name is Oscar Rodriguez. I live at 313 West Palm Court. As you know, this last Thursday we had a meeting with the Performing Arts Center. I gave a copy of those letters to the mayor and a copy of the minutes. We started off, it seemed to be okay. They were supposed to give us an amount that they wanted us to pay for Memorial Day and Veterans Day. We went out, approved it. Then they came back. When they came back, it was a joke after that. The Performing Arts Center is not cooperating in having a Memorial Day event or a Veterans Day event. There will be no Memorial Day event this Memorial Day. All the veterans that are coming will be going to the American Legion. And maybe, depending on how it goes for Veterans Day, we might have a Veterans Day, but it will not end at the park. It will end at the American Legion. So I encourage you to read those notes that the mayor has, that meeting was really a joke. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, the next speaker is Ruth, and I hope I'm not cooling her name, Fairs.
My name is Ruth Ferris at 2267 West Pinkley. What I wanted to say is that my husband and I moved to Coolidge 7.5 years ago because we were seeking a community that was small compared to Metro Phoenix, where we could retire and be carried out feet first from our home, and one of the mortuaries take care of us. We love Coolidge. I know that there's a lot of controversy in a lot of different areas. that have involved different businesses, the police department, the council, the this and the that, and what have you. Unfortunately, I'm on Facebook, and I've gotten caught up in some of the negativity that's on there, and I do apologize to the council and to my fellow citizens of Coolidge. That is not the way that I want to end my life. I just turned 70. I figure I only got about 15 more years to go if I live to be as old as my parents. What I want to say is that I noticed that there's a lot of those little rocks that people are putting around, and today, knowing that there was a council meeting, I needed to go into Dollar Tree to pick up some supplies for my little catechism class that I teach. And on the ledge, there was one of the rocks. And to me, it was prophetic, because the rock said, "Be kind to each other." And it said, Cool Town rocks, and God bless you. And that's what I would like to encourage for us, to start having some positive thoughts about our town instead of all the negativity. When we continue to have all the negativity on Facebook and people back and forth, and I admit it that I've taken part in that. But that is not going to solve anything. That is not what we are called to be. This is a small town. I don't care what people say. 12,500 is certainly a lot bigger than Metro Phoenix. And I was raised in Sunny Slope, which was a small area, and it's just my personal persona to really have kindness and to be good to each other. I love it when I go into Dollar Tree and they greet me by name. This is a town to be proud of, and we're not the only town that has the poverty areas or the areas that have trash around them. It's prevalent in Phoenix too, and I can tell you areas that is that way. So all I want to say is, for us as citizens, let's support our town, our police, our fire department, our veterans, our stores. Let's support each other and stop the bickering. It's ridiculous. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruth. Norma?
Okay. The next speaker is Commander Ronnie Smith with the DAV.
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council. I'm here to say thank you for everything you do for the veterans. We really appreciate your support. All the veterans in Pinal County appreciate your support. DAV, Disabled American Veterans, is a 100-year-old nonprofit charity that provides a lifetime of support to veterans and all the generations and their families, helping more than 1 million veterans a year. The organization provides nearly 615,000 rides for veterans attending appointments, assists veterans with more than 250,000 benefit claims annually. With almost 1,300 chapters and more than 1 million members across the country, DAV empowers our nation's heroes. DAV Department of Arizona has 16 chapters. Chapter 36 here in Coolidge is one of them. DAV Department of Arizona purchased 5 vans this year for the rides for veterans to their appointments with the VA. They're going to purchase 4 new ones next year. They try to keep our veterans as safe as they can by getting rid of any van that has high mileage on it so there's no breakdowns and they can get to their appointments. DAV Department of Arizona supports many homeless programs throughout the state. We contribute this year alone $9,000 to stand-downs in Prescott, Phoenix, and Tucson. Various assistant programs totaling $20,000. DAV Department of Arizona has started a program providing free legal help to our veterans also. We take our mission very seriously, and we will not stop until every veteran is adequately cared for. DAV Chapter 36, in addition to the national and state efforts, Disabled American Veterans 36, Pinal County is here to serve the veterans in Pinal County. The money that we collect, the benefits that we put on, that money stays here in Pinal County to help with transition back to civilian life by linking them with services, address their physical, emotional, and financial needs. We give emergency grants to the ill and injured. We are the boots on the ground in Pinal County with 5 chapter service officers to help veterans apply and to get what was promised them for their service to our country. We are the veterans helping veterans locally 24/7 because no one should have to go it alone. This year to date, volunteer hours, 7,000 hours, Chapter 36 has put in to help the veteran and our community. Chapter service officer hours, 1,500 hours. Grants given out to the veterans, $12,600. Medical equipment and supplies, $14,700. Transportation for veterans, $6,800. Hundreds of clothing items and hygiene items have been given out at the stand down and locally. This could not have been done without the help of the city, the citizens, and the businesses of Coolidge and the surrounding areas. But I want to say specifically Coolidge, because when we didn't have a home, they helped us get into one because they knew our mission was one that was really important to help the veterans. So we want to say thank you very much for everything you've done. And Rick, you especially, you've worked hard for the veterans, and we appreciate you. All of the city employees. But Chapter 36, the commander, myself, Ronnie Smith, the entire executive board, and every veteran in the chapter, every veteran that has been a recipient of the help, they say thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is that it?
I don't have any other speakers unless someone else came in late.
Okay. Nobody else wants to speak? All right. Hearing that, we need to move out of call to the public and move into approval of minutes, items 6, 7, 8, and 9. Item 6, City Council Budget Meeting, April 9th, 2018. Item 7, City Council Regular Meeting, April 9th, 2018. Item 8, City Council Special Meeting, April 16th, 2018. And Item 9, City Council Regular Meeting, April 23rd, 2018. Are there any corrections or anything, any comments regarding those minutes? If not, I need a motion to do something.
Mr. Mayor, make a motion to approve items 6, 7, 8, 9, approval of minutes.
Second.
Is there a motion to second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Business items for consent. I'm going to ask now if anybody wants any of these items pulled off the agenda to be discussed separately. Seeing none, we'll go for item 10. Consider approval of declaring city-owned items as surplus property for disposal and for auction. All funds received credited to the general fund. Item 11. Consider approval of declaring city-owned items as surplus property for disposal and for auction. Item 12. Consider approval of ratifying the submission of an application to the Gila River Indian Community to purchase and install playground equipment in Landmark Ranch. Item 13. Consider approval of ratifying the submission of an application to the Gila River Indian Community to fund the Coolidge Emergency Housing Repair Program. And item 14. Consider approval of ratifying the submission of an application to the Gila River Indian Community to develop an archaeological study identifying potentially sensitive sites within the city of Coolidge. And seeing no proclamation, okay, is there, I need a motion to do something.
Mayor, if there's no further discussion, I move to approve items 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 as read.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion to second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Business under regular items. presentation of the Coolidge Chamber of Commerce on their fiscal year 2018-2019 budget proposal. Welcome back.
Good evening, Mayor Thompson, Vice Mayor Henry, and Council. We presented you the budget for this year, and the difference, there is a difference. We do not have the commitment from Walton International, which made the difference in our income, and our expenses went up a little bit because of the regulations on payroll, that with the cost of that we have to raise every year that for our part-time employees. So, and at this time, I would like to introduce our president, Richard Rosales, to go over our goals and things that we have accomplished.
Thank you, Lynn. Mayor Thompson, Council, thank you for having me today. Just want to go really quickly through the goals that we established at the beginning of our fiscal year and some of the accomplishments that we came. Just keep in mind that everything, all the goals that we've set, we are going to continue. So this is not a one-shot deal. We're going to continue to do these things. But the first one is to improve economic development and to achieve economic stability, strengthen the local tax base, and increase economic growth. So some of the things we worked on, we're working with the Performing Arts Center and the Artisan Village to increase the marketing and to help promote Coolidge, that area as a destination. So the Artisan Village, we want it to be a destination where people come and then and visit the rest of Coolidge. We're going to be doing that. We're also going to be implementing a strategic plan update in June, so we're going to still look at these. We're working with the Casa Grande Ruins to strengthen their Friends of the Ruins, to increase the marketing, the visibility, and the visitation to Coolidge. So we did implement, or we are implementing a Shop Local program. It'll soon be launched. The logo that is up here, I just realized it looks a lot like the City of Coolidge logo, but it wasn't meant to be that way. But you'll be seeing it all around town. We want to encourage Coolidge residents to not only shop local, but to educate them as what the impact can have when you shop local and support Coolidge. And so we're going to be promoting that heavily. You'll be seeing a lot of that in the near future. We were already requested to have that on the signboard up there, so hopefully we get that up pretty soon. And then the CEDC continues to partner with the city and Arizona at Work, the Casa Grande Ruins, to facilitate a strong business environment. So we continue to work on that all the time. Second goal was to support local education, initiate a program of working to improve educational outcomes in our community with all the local schools, the council, businesses. So our Back to School program continues to be a successful event. Last year we had 30 businesses participate. We do have the annual awards and dinner and to recognize the school employees and the youth. We do have a local committee member on Achieve Pinal now, the Achieve Pinal Committee, and we're in the process of establishing a local Coolidge committee so we can continue to promote that. And if you're not aware with the Achieve Pinal, it's to get 60% of adults 18 to 30 something with a degree or a certificate, because we know that that's the future of the jobs that are coming. So Sherry and myself were both a part of the committee, but I think we're looking to expand it now and bring it to Coolidge. We meet in Casa Grande, but now we want to establish a local Coolidge presence and promote that and get the awareness out there. And then we continue to participate on the Workforce Investment Board and help bridge the gap for businesses and the workforce needs. And we are committed to our educational partners. Expand positive communication is our goal number 3, and media exposure. And what we want to do with that is provide relevant and useful information to members and the communities that we promote to. So we have advertised throughout the state in the Office of Tourism, the Travel Host, and other local media. We're trying to get the word out there that Coolidge is a great destination. We worked with the city and the Casa Grande Ruins to create a map and a pad It's a map on a pad where you just rip it off for the ruins and other location to give visitors a sense of direction when they visit the ruins. You all know the ruins are a destination, so we want them to get them to come into town and support the businesses. We've done some communication and media exposure on Facebook and Twitter. And then Lynn recently participated in a training that APS provided. We selected a few chambers throughout the state where we saw that maybe they're at a level where they can get to that next level and have a positive effect with social media, the website, with everything else. So Lynn was selected as one of the directors to attend, one of I think 8, right, Lynn? And it was a 2-day seminar that we gave her just many tools to help with that next step, and she'll be implementing that in the future. I'll make sure I'll hold her hand to the fire on that, and she's been doing a great job. We just want to take it up to the next level and continue to promote the business community in Coolidge. And then finally, well, not finally, goal number 4, promote membership development. We've had some great workshops with Google and the Achieve 60. We've set goals with the businesses. We revised our business sponsorship this year to make it more of a package deal. I know many of the businesses in town we'd hit them up every few weeks, few months, whatever, for this event or that event. We just thought, let's just talk to them once and let's see if they're interested in an annual package to support. So we've streamlined that process, and hopefully it's been impactful for the businesses. We revised the prospective packets and the new member packets, and we update our directory annually. We continue to recognize businesses in the spotlight each month, the newsletter, the city council, and our monthly luncheon. And then our customer service program continues. We have recognized 4 citizens this year for great customer service. We also want to remind the community that if you ever experience great customer service in Coolidge, please let the chamber know so we can recognize those individuals. We know that great customer service leads to repeated business, and when we have individuals such as Kim over at Garrett, it just helps the business and keeps them coming back. So we like to recognize those individuals. We now have new member orientation training, so we bring in new members to show them all the benefits they have with the chamber and the website and the social media. We've had 13 new members this year for a total of 194 with 2 months remaining. So we're growing, and that's a good sign. And then finally, just one of our last goal was to strengthen the intergovernmental relationships and community partnerships. And we want to work with you all, the local, state policymakers, and the greater community in developing a community partnership to keep everyone informed, work with partners to create a positive and healthy business environment, and promote the city of Coolidge, most importantly. So we continue to work with our partners. We appreciate the relationship we have with the city council, the mayor. You have been great to the chamber, and we hope that what we're doing benefits not only the city, the businesses, but you all as well. So that's all I have. And do you have anything else you want to follow up on the budget? Do you have any questions for us?
Any questions? No? Keep up doing a good job.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, item 16. Consider.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
We
okay.
need a motion on.
We need a motion?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Need a motion about the discussion to take their budget, I guess. Chamber covered budget proposal. So I need a motion to approve.
Mayor, with no further discussion, I make a motion that we approve the fiscal budget for the Chamber of Commerce.
Second.
Okay, motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. 16. There, he's back there. Consider approval of changing the insurance providers for medical and life insurance from Cigna to Blue Cross Blue Shield. Changing the provider for dental from Cigna to Principal, and remaining with Avisa's provider for vision. Authorizing the city manager to execute the necessary documents.
Honorable Mayor and Council, before we move on to this item, I just want to make sure that that motion that we're approving the requested amount for the chamber of the 55,000.
It hasn't changed, we just gave it.
Okay, I just want to make sure, just to
It hasn't
clarify.
changed, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I'll go ahead and take that item. Honorable Mayor and Council, before you tonight for consideration is the approval of changing our providers for medical, dental, and our life insurance for our city benefits. Back in last month in April, we met with our benefits broker, Eric Johnson with GLJ Insurance, and he came in notifying us that Cigna was proposing a 26.77% increase for our premiums if we were to continue with Cigna. Therefore, the management team gave Eric approval to go out and seek bids for our benefits, and in doing so, he came back with a bottom line of 6.67% from Blue Cross Blue Shield, and the final, roughly a little over 15, maybe 15.5% from Cigna. In doing so, Blue Cross Blue Shield was able to come down with such a, or not have such a high increase because we changed the plan a little bit from a 100% coinsurance to an 80-20 plan, and therefore that's probably why they were able to come in a lot lower. That being said, that was also, Cigna also submitted a bid for that same plan as well. He was also able to seek bids for dental, life, and vision, and with he was able to secure Principal as our lowest bidder for dental. We've used Principal in the past, and we had no incidents. They were a good medical, a good provider for dental, so we think that'll work in favor of our city employees. We were able to bundle our life insurance with Blue Cross Blue Shield, therefore probably allowing Blue Cross Blue Shield to come in more aggressively. And then with the vision, we decided to stay with the same provider, which is Avisis. So overall, the impact with changing our providers for the upcoming year, we're looking at a $89,394 increase over last year's, or the current year that we're in right now, budget. So before we get into discussion or we open it up for discussion, we've invited Eric Johnson with GLJ, and he is going to review the spreadsheets as well as the proposed plans, and then we can open it up for discussion after that. Thank you, Eric.
Good evening, everyone. So, Norma gave you a real quick synopsis of what happened. Once again, Cigna came out guns a-blazing. Part of that is when I came out in January, you guys were actually running really, really well. We were expecting probably a 4 to 5% increase at most. But unfortunately, in the month of February and March, we had a number of very high, large claims occur. And so when the renewal was actually issued, that's why they came out with a 26%. When some of those claims are 6 figures per person. And so we have a number of cancers and some really rare disease that there's only 20,000 cases in the United States. Unfortunately, one of your employees has been afflicted with. So that being said, we went out to market, we've shopped everything, and I don't normally like leaving a carrier after 1 year, and the experience with Cigna actually has been very, very well. The employees have liked it. We haven't had a lot of complaints. They've filed their claims in a timely manner. Moving over to Blue Cross, actually I think you'll have a very similar experience. It's a great carrier, shouldn't be a problem. Part of the idea the reason for moving is not only because Blue Cross came in more competitive than what Cigna is offering, but many of those large claims that did occur in February and March, they're what I refer to as shock claims. These are claims that occur. You have 150,000 in claims, and then they're going to go away, meaning it's either been cured or there shouldn't be a whole lot of dragging claims going forward. The problem you have is when you have a current carrier, they're saying, hey, we got to make up for some of these losses that we're taking, and so they they hit you hard on it. So by moving carriers to someone like Blue Cross, we still have 2 more months of these claims dragging in. Cigna's going to end up left holding the bag, and you're going to be kind of starting off with a cleaner slate with at least 4 or 5 of those claims, I think, being almost fully completed about the time that you transition over to Blue Cross. And so when you take a look at it from that perspective, that's one of the reasons why it makes good sense to make a move to Blue Cross. The plan designs are very similar or are identical to what Cigna was offering. The only way Cigna would come down even lower than what they're at is they wanted to water the benefits down. And so what we're offering here with Blue Cross is the same exact plan as last year, but we're also offering another plan that adds co-insurance at the hospital, but the out-of-pocket maximum stays the same. So just as a reminder on out-of-pocket maximum is when the ACA law kicked in back in 2010, all plans have what we call a ceiling. It's the most anyone can spend in a calendar year, be it through deductible, copay, and co-insurance. Once you hit that ceiling, then you're done, and the insurance company pays 100% of those claims. Well, your guys' current plan, the ceiling is set at $3,500, and the plans proposed, both plans actually have that ceiling at $3,500. It's just how you get to that $3,500 that is changing on one plan, and the other plan it's staying exactly the same. All right, everyone follow me on that? Any questions? Okay, so that being said, this first spreadsheet here just kind of shows you after first rounds of negotiating where Cigna had come down to a 19, Blue Cross had come down to a 17 at that point. We had a carrier, EMI, which was very competitive last year, came in with a competitive bid, and Humana. And then we had Aetna and UHC just flat out said we won't even take a look at the city based on all the large claims that have recently popped up. Okay. Any questions on that particular spreadsheet? Yeah, switch to the other medical one. And then this right here is the final. This is showing the 2 plan designs with Cigna, the 2 plan designs that we've proposed to go with a Blue Cross, and the overall rate increase between the 2. And the idea behind this is the city has set their contribution at a flat rate, so that the employees, no matter what plan they choose, it's the same cost to the city, and the employees will just pay the difference between the 2 plans based off of that flat contribution. Okay. So we're actually going from a 1 plan option to a 2 plan option, so employees can have choice. They can take a look at, hey, do I want to pay a little bit more to have the 0 co-insurance, or do I want to pay a little bit less because I'm not worried, probably won't ever meet my deductible. And when I did the analysis on this, if there's only about 10 people who this would have affected if we had both of these plans last year, meaning there's only 10 people that would that met their deductible and would start paying co-insurance if they were to choose this option on the far right. Okay. Any questions there? Nope. All right. Would you like me to go on to the ancillary benefits, or do you have questions on any of those items?
I don't have any. We heard a little bit about it earlier today in a work session, or a meeting. So
I can give you as much detail as you want, or you can throw as many questions. But I can tell you, as we've shopped this everywhere, we've gone to every single carrier that's available, and we've looked at this and sliced it and diced it. We've worked very close with the team here, and these are the best options on the table that have been proposed at this point.
Yeah, Gary, on the one that you said is 80-20, is that the insurance company pays 80%?
Correct.
And the employee pays 20%. So on a $10,000 medical bill, you first have to hit your deductible of $1,500.
Correct.
And then you would pay the 20% of the balance.
20% of the $8,500, not to exceed $3,500.
$3,500.
Yep. Now, any co-pays that they've already spent, so if you've already been to the emergency room, urgent care, Those are also have already been added into the total, so you're not paying 20% of that $2,000 balance because you've already may have spent $1,000 in copays for prescriptions and all the other stuff. So it would be that 20% till you hit that all-encompassing number of 35.
So it would be no more than $3,500.
$3,500. When you're in network, you cannot exceed $3,500. Okay. Same as the current plan today, which is in network, you cannot exceed $3,500.
And if an employee has, let's say, 2 operations or something in a year, where let's just say $10,000.
You could go in and out of the hospital 7 times. If you hit that 3,500, you're done. Whenever you hit it.
Okay, thank you, Gary.
And that's 3,500 for an individual. It's twice that.
Twice that on the family.
Right.
Correct.
Nobody has any other questions? Gary, we'll move on to the next one.
Okay. You want to pull up the ancillary? And this right here is just the ancillary spreadsheet. It shows how we went out to look at the dental, Cigna, Blue Cross, Principal, MetLife, some of the other carriers, and other carriers we didn't even put on the spreadsheet because they were just too expensive. Principal, you've had a history with them before. They worked really great. They have a very extensive network. It's actually still larger than the current network that you have. And with the savings on that, a little bit of savings to the town, but it also helped us bring down the medical rate because they give us a medical discount. Sorry, not the Principal, wrong thing. On the life, they give us a small discount. But with Principal, they save you avoid some of the increase that you were getting. All right. And the vision plan, that one there was no rate increase, no reason to move that, and everything else was much more expensive. I think there might be a sub-page under that one. Is that? Oh. Oh. Yep. And there's the life with Cigna. Blue Cross actually comes in under what Cigna was charging last year, and so by moving to that, we actually picked up a small discount on the medical, which saves you some additional money. And on the VTL, it all matched up really well. So there's really no change in benefit that anyone would notice here, because it's all the same or cheaper.
Okay. Any questions? All right. Is that it for you guys? You don't have anything?
Mayor, we're just asking for approval to change our medical and life insurance providers from Cigna to Blue Cross Blue Shield. For our dental, it'll change from Cigna to Principal.
Well, if that's what we want to do, we'll need a motion to do that.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Report from Mayor, Council, and City Manager. We'll start down here with Councilmember Walker.
First of all, I'd like to send my condolences to the Don Kirk family. Don was a businessman in the city of Coolidge for years and years and years. Was a member of different organizations in the city, and was a retired volunteer firefighter. He retired at the rank of assistant chief. Don passed away, I believe, at night. Nice man, nice family, and I'm sorry for your loss. A couple of things since we've been gone. May 8th was National Teachers Appreciation. I tell you, Coolidge Unified School District has awesome teachers and personnel in general. Thank you for everything you do and have done. International Firefighters Appreciation Day, May 4th. Congratulations to those who graduated the Richmond Academy, and I'm sorry I didn't make it. I appreciate everything our firefighters do, and stay safe. And then National Police Week, May 13th and 18th. To the police department, thank you guys for everything you do. I attended the Police Officers Award Banquet Saturday. It was a very good time, and congratulations to all the officers on the awards and pins that they earned. That's it.
I just want to apologize for not being at the policeman's banquet. My granddaughter had a play for her school, and family comes first. That's all I have.
Speaking of family, just happy Mother's Day to everything that Jimmy was talking about. We celebrated yesterday, and we know that you moms out there, you're the education, protection, and on, how much sacrifice that you put forth. Thank you, and that makes the amount of difference it makes in a community just can't be overstated.
Thank you. John?
I also attended the Coolidge Police Department, and I really appreciate the stories that you guys share and the service that you guys provide. And I also attended the firefighters, our new firefighters ceremony. So good job, Chief, to your training team. And I'd like to say thank you to the Chamber for everything that you guys do, and also to the DAV. And yeah, that's it.
I also attended the firefighter graduation. Really inspiring to see those young people go through that academy and learn what they have and just want to be firefighters. It's really great. Really appreciate them. Attended the Pinell County Memorial for the fallen officers. That was my first time attending that. It was a somber event, really awesome what they put on there. Always want to thank our police officers. Coolidge PD Awards Banquet, I attended that. That was a great time, had a lot of fun there. Our PD doesn't get enough credit. They do awesome work, and Commander, always, convey my respects to him, please. I always try to do that. Attended the Pinell County Town Hall today. That was interesting to hear how the town hall goes. I did it telephonically. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Thank you so much. I have a mother myself, and she's a special lady. She hasn't been here for a while, but she's still a special lady, so thank you for the mothers. This is PD Officers Week, isn't it, Commander? It's Police Officers Week, so please remember our police officers. Take your time out and thank them, and understand that they're doing a thankless job. Fire Department, Chief, thank your guys. Military, obviously, thanks those. Last week was Corrections Week, and that's a special place in my heart because I grew up in corrections, and it's I was not in corrections voluntarily, not forced. So with the corrections, those guys really are the unsung heroes. They deal with some pretty bad actors every day, and they're doing good stuff. So remember your corrections people too. That's it.
I wasn't able to attend the fire graduation or the police department's banquet, and I apologize for that. I would like to echo thanking the DAV and the Chamber, and I would also like to thank the teachers and the Coolidge staff for keeping Coolidge schools open. I thought that was really something. All the other schools closed. And in addition to Mr. Kirk, Mr. Olin Williams passed, and I think he's on a couple of boards, isn't he? So I wanted to, library.
When did Olin pass away?
Yesterday, I believe. Yes. So keep that family in your prayers.
I don't have anything, Mayor.
No? Okay. I just want to take time to congratulate the 4 new fire people. It was a nice ceremony. The fire department did a good job. All the awards and pins that were given out to the police department were well deserved. It looks like the individuals that got them really deserved them. Everybody does a good job in our public safety programs, and we're looking to try to make a difference this budget for some of our employees, for all of our employees actually. So, and that's all I have. So if anybody has nothing else, I need a motion to adjourn.
Second.
That motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you.